picture of the ape got taken.
Just sit down. Yeah. The Azukis they're gone. And she's like, is it anything else? And he's like, yeah, the
cool man.
The cool mans. they got the fucking cool mans.
Please don't tell me that the doodles got taken too.
Now the doodles are gone too.
Well, what about the kaiju kings?
And look, you're not going to love this. The cool cat, gone.
What are we going to do? How are we going to afford Billy's private school tuition? At least we've got the Mutant Ape Yacht Club still, right?
Okay, sit down.
No. No, honey. I don't want to go back to work.
Apple shares are just getting hammered this morning. Every day they're pounding it. Bitcoin. I'm not fucking leaving. Surprise.
Man, my poor brother. He just said the ENT specialist told me that they have seen a ton of people lose their hearing, taste, and smell permanently from COVID.
Damn.
Yeah.
I got lucky, I guess.
Yeah, you did. Folks, my brother, my dear brother, who lives in Washington, just informed me that he lost like 80% of his hearing in his right ear. But he's tough. He had melanoma and he survived, so anything after that is just icing on the cake. No, not like any further injury is icing or sickness, but he survived that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
It sucks because I have so much fucking earwax in my ears that I can't even hear a goddamn thing in these monitors.
Yeah, I can't. I have tinnitus, and I learned that by trial and error, basically, where you get a little. Mine is like I hear like a distant diesel engine idling.
That's kind of nice.
It's not nice.
You feel like a junkyard dog going to sleep at night.
Do junkyard dogs even exist anymore?
So
oh boy, here's a story.
It's not that great.
What,
of a
did
story.
You break into a junkyard?
No, I have family in Greece, and they have a business where they repair trucks. And there's a lot of valuable parts on the trucks. So they have God, I wish I could remember the name of the type of dog. It's the biggest dog I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Oh, like a Tibetan Mastiff or something?
Like something crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
And his name was Baloo. Baloo. That's what they would say.
Oh.
But no one else could get near him. I was like, damn, I want to pet that big-ass dog. But they were like, no.
Wow, you can't even pet it?
It's like...
a psycho dog.
It just like will rip your freaking...
Damn. Hey, before we get started, be sure to click the see more button on the description so that you can go ahead and check out the disclaimer. Emil, I got some good news last night. I went out to dinner, and the waiter... Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I just realized it looks like I'm drinking like a fucking big gulp. It's just like tea. What?
It's just a big styrofoam cup. Yeah,
I guess I haven't drank out of styrofoam in a long time.
Yeah.
Aren't these terrible for the environment?
Who knows? Who knows anymore? Do you trust the government?
No.
Yeah, me either. Well, hey, as I was saying, I got complimented on my mustache last night.
It's great. It looks really thick.
So if you like it, please leave a comment in the comments about my mustache. But the waiter, it's the first time that a stranger has complimented me on facial hair. And I feel like he was, now in hindsight, I'm like, oh, maybe he was being condescending like you would a child. Like, hey, buddy, great job.
I not only think he was, I know he was.
Yeah? Because it doesn't look that good?
It doesn't look that good.
Really?
No, it's fine.
Okay, shit. Because I was going to say I should fucking shave it.
It's not good.
I wanted to give a big thanks to everybody who listens and watches this show. This is I would call it a labor of love. This show.
Hey, don't include me on this. If you watch this show, I hate your guts.
Damn, you heard it, folks. Fuck him, but I love you.
No, I do. I love every last one of you.
Yeah, for real. We wouldn't be able to do this without each and every one of you. You're very special, and you're a special little snowflake.
No, because you can't say snowflake anymore.
Yeah, you can. But they all are. They're special little. They're tough snowflakes with sharp edges.
Hell yes.
They're like ninja stars.
If one of these falls on your tongue, you try to go outside and do something cute, like catch this snowflake on your tongue.
Yeah.
You're going to the fucking hospital.
Yeah, because it's gonna lacerate.
It's gonna slice your tongue right open.
Yeah. We also learned that a lot of you are Columbo heads.
Are they?
So many people were like, I love Columbo.
No way.
You fucking freaks.
In the comments?
Yeah, everybody's like, I love Columbo. I guess I'm missing out, man. People of all ages
Damn, I wish I saw this.
love Columbo.
Why didn't you let me know?
I thought you saw.
You know I don't read them.
Yeah, you're right. Well, people do love to be watching
That's
that
it.
man, Columbo.
Maybe we should make some merch that's like,
Some unofficial Columbo merch.
no, it'll be like bumper stickers that are like, I'd rather be watching Columbo.
My dad had a license plate cover that said, I'd rather be watching Bonanza reruns.
Yeah.
Do you know what Bonanza is?
Yeah, it's the fucking like Old West show.
It was this boring ass Old West show. Each episode was an hour long. And anytime we'd be sitting at home and he would see that it was on, he'd be like, oh, Bonanza's on. He would put it on and fall asleep within 10 minutes.
See, Columbo keeps you up.
Yeah?
You're engaged. You know what's cool about Columbo?
What's cool about Columbo?
They're always like a different length. They just like make the fucking show.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like an hour long. Sometimes they're like an hour and a half.
Jesus
Okay?
Christ.
And I think the length is different because it's always a murder mystery,
Uh-huh.
but they show you how the murder happened first. So Columbo is not present in like the first anywhere from like 15 to 30 minutes.
Sure.
And you're just watching the murder play out.
And you have to watch Columbo figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that kind CSI is a little different because they
Dude,
show you
CSI
the aftermath.
is dog shit.
Yeah?
Don't even talk to me about CSI. Columbo's or T-shirts that just say, don't hassle me, I'm watching Columbo.
They used to film CSI Miami right near where I worked at the Crab Pot in Long Beach. And one time David Caruso, who was like the star of it, his assistant came in to the restaurant on like a Sunday morning. The restaurant is barely open. Nobody's there. And she's like, can I get a salad to go, a Cobb salad? And my manager, who was just like a total restaurant manager, like authoritarian guy, was like, we don't do to-go orders. And she goes, does it help if I tell you it's for David Caruso and we're just filming down the street? And he goes, nope, no exceptions.
No special treatment.
Yeah, but come
No.
the fuck on, Johnny.
No, fuck David Caruso. If it was Peter Falk, you know I'm giving him that Cobb.
God. Well, you know you're giving him that Cobb.
Yeah.
I love a Cobb salad. Gives me gas, though. It's the blue cheese.
I love
what
that
the-
there were so many Columbo heads. I'm pissed
Yeah.
no one told me.
Well, I'm telling you now. Columbo heads unite. Hey, if you like Columbo, go ahead and leave a comment for Emil. Just say, hey, Emil, I like Columbo.
And then Ben will send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send him screenshots. Oh, boy, so this is going to be a tough transition. Russia declared war on Ukraine overnight.
Yeah.
And
This is tough because I think we just want to do our silly show.
yeah, we just want to do our silly show and
And we had a whole episode planned about some crazy stuff going on with crypto.
yeah, and we still are going to get to that, but we would be remiss if we didn't at least touch on what's happening, and it's fucking terrible. And I don't have a lot to say other than I think that it's terrible, and I remember that there's a couple people who listen to the show who are in Ukraine, and if they're even listening, I hope that they're safe. And I hope that they're not. I don't fucking know. It's just, it sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It sucks is the most privileged phrase that I can utter about something that's happening on the other side of the world. It sucks.
Yeah. I have no good things to say. It's all going to be. It'll be bad for Ukrainian people. It's going to be really bad for Russian people too. I think the sanctions that the U.S. and EU and UK are talking about are
Japan
are gonna really hurt.
I want to
people.
I want to try to sum it up as best we can for those who don't understand what's going on, and forgive us if we're wrong on this because we might very well be. But far as I know, Putin's basically trying to get the band back together, so to speak. With the Soviet Union used to be all these territories that
I don't think we should even try to explain this.
Really?
Well, what good is it going to do?
I mean, talking about it out loud helps me better understand it.
Okay. I don't think I fully understand.
Well,
I don't have
I
to-
guess I'll scratch that. Basically, Russia doesn't have a lot of ports, and their ports that they do have access to freeze over in the winter. That's why they took Crimea, because it's got access to the Black Sea. And my very, very basic, uneducated understanding is that with Ukraine, it's, I don't know, man. They've got like the number 3. They're like 3rd in the world producing fertilizer, tons of natural gas resources. It's all, I mean, it's what every war is about. It's about resources. And the fear is that, well, if Putin takes Ukraine, what's next? Is he going to then take, what's next on his list? How far is he going to push the West and NATO until NATO says, okay, eventually, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I don't really want to speculate on it. I think
because it's hard to understand. It's hard to know who's telling the truth too. Russia says one thing. The American intelligence officials say one thing, and then politicians are on TV talking about nuclear war. Like that fucking, I can't remember his name. Some Republican from the Midwest was saying that nuclear war isn't off the table. Fuck off.
Yeah, Putin said that there will be like swift and strong consequences for anyone who tries to aid Ukraine or put a stop to this.
Yeah, which is terrifying.
And I don't think I understand what that means for us or...
Yeah. And on the drive in, just like an hour ago, they were talking about it on the radio, and I believe the UK was throwing around the idea of kicking Russia out of what's called SWIFT, which is it's like a global banking system that basically if you're out of it, you're fucked. And like they kicked Iran out of it. Iran is a different story because they're a much smaller economy than Russia is, but it devalued their currency almost overnight. It fucked Iran. But Russia already responded and said if they do that,
SWIFT was a big one. If
they kick us out of SWIFT, it's an act of war.
Right. And I don't know if they have or not. I think they're with the sanctions that America's talking about. It seems like it might be included.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, Russia will respond to sanctions by targeting U.S. assets as part of a strong and painful response. Yeah, what are those sensitive assets? Like, goddamn. But overnight, the Russian ruble, which is their currency, dropped by like 8%, which is huge. That's a massive drop in value. As of this morning, Thursday, the Russian market, the stock market, was completely halted altogether. So they're just, I know that this stock called Yandex, YNDX, which is kind of like the Russian Google, just has fucking collapsed. And just on that note, we're not going to comment on the market and how obviously the market's down, but like it just feels insensitive and what's the word? It just feels insensitive to speculate. Who
who
cares?
gives a shit right now?
Yeah.
People are dying and being displaced, and yeah, I don't know. I think everyone is like clamoring for everyone to have a take on this. I don't really have one except for that this is bad, and I hope it ends with very little suffering. And I don't know what the right course of action is, but I hope it does not. I hope the least amount of suffering happens.
Yeah, that's a very utilitarian point of view to have.
And I think it also just like highlights how little control we have over any of this. I think, I don't know what to even tell people to do. I mean, people have been posting like, I've been seeing the link to, here's how to help Ukraine. And so I went, but I mean, some of it was for helping with military stuff. And I was like, I don't necessarily want to be donating towards military things. So I have no idea what you should be doing to help.
Yeah, and I think that you just touched on an important thing, which is in situations like this, it is easy to succumb to feeling guilty, to feeling all sorts of helplessness, but I think it helps to step back and remind yourself that it's okay to like not have a strong opinion on it, B, accept that there's nothing you can do. I mean, there's very little that you can actually do in any kind of situation, geopolitical, local, national, whatever it may be. And there's a kind of, I don't know, there's a kind of peace and tranquility in just accepting that and letting it go. I've been reading a lot of Stoicism lately.
Yeah,
and
and it's helping you accept.
Well, it's just it's helpful to remind yourself of what you can and can't control, because if you obsess over and make yourself crazy and stressed out and anxious over shit that's beyond your control, what is that helping? Nothing. It's only giving you pain and suffering.
Sure,
and
but there's probably an argument to be made here that
you can still care about
there's a global struggle here, and
yes,
and the idea of not knowing where to focus your efforts is.
I'm saying that nobody out there should feel guilty for extricating themselves and just being like, you know what, I can't control it. You know, because we all only have so much bandwidth emotionally to deal with this kind of thing, and like we're being fed a 24/7 stream of negativity and bad shit. I mean, it's why what's his name from The Office started Some Good News. Remember that?
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also I hate that fucking shit.
I hate it too. It's so twee and like
it kind of just feels like just bury your fucking head in the sand.
Yeah.
Come watch my dumb show.
Yeah.
And
he sold it for like millions of dollars too or something, right?
Yeah, and then he did his bullshit like fucking CIA show, and it's like, the fuck out of here, John Krasinski.
Jack
Reacher?
No, it's not Jack Reacher.
Whatever
it's,
the fuck.
I don't know, Jack
asshole.
No, it's Jack Mehoff. It's
yeah.
Jack
he
Mehoff.
went and did Jack Mehoff, where he fucking destabilizes governments or something.
He's a dork. So anyway, that's all we got to say about that, right? I mean, so we wanted to continue. Hey, you know what we can do? Me and you, Emil, we can do the show that we came here to do. And
oh God, don't make us like fucking.
We're heroes.
No.
Yes, we are.
I won't do the show. If
heroes and patriots.
We're morons who like to have a fun show.
That's exactly right. We're a couple of bona fide idiots, as I like to say.
And I think I feel a little bit shitty.
Yeah, I feel shitty too.
And I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens, really. I mean, we put together a little outline for today's show, and we finished at about like 5 yesterday, and then
shit started
the world
happening.
Changed very quickly.
Yeah.
And so I feel very silly talking about the National Crypto Enforcement Team. The Department of Justice is launching the National Crypto Enforcement Team.
But there are other things that we wanted to talk about that we can get to.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Public. Public.com is an investing app where you can invest in stocks, ETFs, and crypto with any amount of money. What I love about Public is that it helps people become better investors.
That's right, Emil. You can follow other investors and share ideas. People like Graham Stephan, Cody Ko, Shelby Church, and thousands more are on the app. I joined Public, and you can see what trends I follow if you search for Ben Kahn in the app. Check me out, baby. Check me out. I'm currently down $8.
I'm down $8 as well.
Wow, look at us.
On Public, you can buy slices of stock, ETFs, crypto versus full shares alongside thousands of stocks and ETFs. Public offers 11 crypto assets, including Bitcoin, Cardano, Ethereum, Doge, and Shiba Inu. Plus, Public puts investors first and doesn't sell your trades to market makers like other investment apps. They route the trades directly to the exchanges.
You'll get a free stock worth anywhere from $3 to $70 when you go to and create an account. So get started today. Once again, make sure you go to public.com/trill, TRILL, to get a free stock. Click the link in the description. So like what I wanted to, I added this in last night. The truckers in Canada thing is increasingly interesting to me because
whoa, you can't do that. You can't just throw shit in that I don't know about.
I just wanted to point out how
I don't want to talk about the fucking Freedom Convoy.
Is that what it's called?
I
Freedom
don't
Convoy?
fucking know.
It's just an interesting display of left versus right switching sides on an ideology that it's really funny because you had all the protests stateside last year, and was it last year or 2 years ago?
What are you talking about? Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had all those protests, and you had all the people on the right being like, should just follow the law. You can't be out there. That's why you're getting beaten up by the cops, you protesters. Like, I have no sympathy for you. And then now the sides have switched, and you've got these truckers doing their, like, peaceful protest, quote unquote. And all the people on the right are like, look at these jackboot cop thugs. They're just beating up on these, like, they're just protesters. And then you got people on the left being like, good, kick their asses, get them out. It's like, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
We're focusing on the wrong thing. You got to be, we're all.
Politics is
You know,
sports, baby.
If I can channel my inner Alex Jones conspiracy theorist right now, it's that, yeah, the media and social media, it's really been perfectly executed where it's got all of us fighting each other when we really ought to be looking at the people in power.
What Ben's trying to say is TikTok is a Chinese psyop.
It's a psyop. It's to dumb down the youth of America. I'm not alone in that assertion. There's a TikTok that keeps getting passed around and keeps getting sent to me by friends. It's this comedian. I can't remember his name, but he points out, I mean, this is anecdotal, but he says that in China, the algorithm shows Chinese youth cool shit like, oh, look what this engineer kid built, and look at, what this doctor's doing. All stuff that they would want their kids to aspire to. Whereas here in America, it shows, fucking dumb dances and just the dumbest shit to try to, which makes kids want to just be famous for stuff that's ultimately worthless to society.
Is it worthless to society to do cool dances?
I disagree. I think that it is absolutely valuable because how are you going to entertain the soldiers?
Want to take it again?
I think that it is valuable to society because people got to jerk off to something, man.
There you go.
There we go.
It all comes back to jacking off.
It's all, I mean, really, cum is the lubricant that keeps the gears of the world spinning.
It definitely keeps the gears of trillionaire mindset spinning.
That's certainly true. We
got a pit team here just lubing up the freaking gears.
We should get a sponsorship by Fleshlight.
No.
No? You don't think so?
Well, sure.
Remember when they were called, you know what? I just don't even want to go
Well,
there.
now I got to know. What was it called?
Pocket pussy?
Oh, are they not? I thought it was like not to bring it back to this again. I thought it was like a square rectangle thing where all fleshlights were pocket pussies, but not all pocket pussies were fleshlights.
I really don't know, but I do know a guy who has one and is like, yeah, why would I ever be with a woman again when I can just fuck my fleshlight? I'm like, buddy, god damn.
I do have a bumper sticker that says my fleshlight doesn't ask me any stupid questions.
Oh God.
But I put it on as a joke and now I can't get it off.
So
See, this is why I didn't even want to talk about the Ukraine stuff because of how quickly we just evolve into talking about.
This is how humor is all we have at the end of the day. It is our weapon
against Russian imperialism.
Yes, against Vladimir Putin. God, that fucking guy. I wanted to talk a little bit about Boeing because we're kind of jumping around. I feel like the overarching theme of this is like greed. You've got Russian greed. You've got corporate greed.
I feel like the overarching theme of our show is corporate greed.
Yeah, yeah.
We talk about it a lot.
We do. We certainly do. But the Boeing
congressional greed.
Yes. Our greed for more comments, more likes, more subscribers,
more views,
more
5-star ratings.
Yeah. For all of you out there who say, why doesn't this show have any more views? I don't know. Why don't you ask yourself? Why aren't you sharing it?
Yeah. We're like a multi-level marketing fucking scheme.
If you
tell 5 of your friends about the Trillionaire mindset and they tell their 5 friends, that's 25 more people.
Yeah. And
imagine if all of you did that.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Boeing because we
Boeing-
both watched this documentary,
Yeah, there's a great documentary on Netflix called
"The Case Against Boeing."
The Case
Or
Against Boeing.
There's a title too, like
Downfall?
going down or something.
Downfall or something. But Boeing, I love airplanes. Okay, shut up. I do. I love airplanes. I want to fly. I want to get my license eventually. I did a discovery flight, which is like the initial lesson years ago, and it's just a very expensive hobby. It's like a $500 a month hobby because you gotta, you have to maintain your skills. It's called Downfall: The Case Against Boeing. But it's really
That's
great.
not so bad for planes.
What?
$500 a month.
Yeah, I mean that's like the minimum.
Oh.
I mean that's covering you for 2 hours of flying.
Because I really want to do sailing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so expensive just to fucking
Yeah,
get out on the boat with them. And
it's a very elitist hobby of you. I mean,
no, I want a little.
not very DSA.
I want a little sailboat. When the pandemic happened, I was thinking about
Sailing.
buying a little sailboat to live on,
Mm.
and I want to get rid of everything and live on the sailboat. Because when the shit hits the fan,
Your shit's gonna be hitting the water when
I'm
you're
gonna be
pooping in that
fucking
sailboat.
on the open waters, baby.
Yeah.
I'm like really excited about it. I think
should.
I'd thrive, as long as there's a port for me to dock in.
Amen, brother. I mean, we should all be so lucky to have a nice snug port to dock
But
in.
I'll tell you what, I can get a nice one for like
Couple $100.
no.
Oh, I meant the dock the parking
Oh.
space.
Well, then I met this guy in Hawaii,
Uh-huh.
and he was telling me about how you can live. If you make friends with the guys, you can live without paying the port fees and everything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Boeing is the
Imagine me on a sailboat
I can see it.
living on it.
I can fully see it.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, old Jack Sparrow over here. The documentary is about the 737 MAX debacle, and debacle is putting it lightly.
Just one more thing. I'm putting like one of those fucking hangboards on it.
Uh-huh.
I'm just out on the open
I
sea.
get it. You want to live on a sailboat.
I'm doing as many pull-ups and push-ups as I want.
Yes.
I'm pulling myself up to. I'm sorry. Keep
You're
going.
peeing in the ocean
I'm peeing in the ocean. I'm
Okay.
cooking my little meals on the fucking stovetop.
on a hot plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy. Okay, you got anything else you want to add about the sailboat?
My hair is going to look incredible. There's going to be ocean water in my hair at all times.
Uh-huh.
My body,
It's going to be tight as hell and tanned.
it's going to be dark.
It's going to be tan like a fine Texas leather wallet.
Yep.
Or belt.
I think that's it.
Okay. So, the Boeing thing, I wanted to sum it up. Boeing used to
And
be...
the nice thing is, I won't
Right.
have to worry about planes.
Right. Yes. You wouldn't have to worry about planes.
I'm sailing wherever.
You're
I'm
sailing
going.
wherever
I'm
you need
sorry.
to
Go ahead.
Hey, gang, we want to take a quick break to thank another sponsor of today's episode, Shopify. Oh, you hear that? It's the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify is a platform designed for anyone to sell anywhere, giving entrepreneurs like myself the resources once reserved for big business. Customized for my needs, with a great-looking online store that brings my idea to life, and tools to manage my day-to-day and drive sales.
Making your idea real opens endless possibilities. It's a journey, but that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. I love how Shopify makes it easy for anyone to successfully run their own business. Shopify powers millions of entrepreneurs just like me from first sale to full scale. And every 28 seconds, a small business owner makes their first sale on Shopify.
Get started by building and customizing your online store with no coding or design experience. Access powerful tools to help you find customers, drive sales, and manage your day-to-day. Gain knowledge and confidence with extensive resources to help you succeed. Plus, with 24/7 support, you're never alone. It's more than a store. Shopify grows with you.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Go to shopify.com/trill, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Start selling on Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/trill right now. Shopify.com/trill, TRILL.
So on that, I'm glad you just interrupted with that, because flying on a Boeing airplane used to be considered one of the safest methods of travel, and the saying was, if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. Because Boeing was a company that was built and grown and
Run by engineers. Yeah.
And safety was like their number one thing. If any of the quality assurance or inspectors found a problem, they were not only supposed to bring it up, they were encouraged to.
Right.
Because safety at the end of the day.
It was based in Seattle. It was an institution.
Yes.
No corners being cut.
Yes, whatsoever. But then you had a looming problem for Boeing, which was Airbus, the European rival. And they were slowly, over the years, Boeing's market share slowly is dropping as Airbus's is going up. And then at a crucial point, Airbus surpassed them. And I forgot how many years ago, I don't know, 10 years ago or something, Airbus introduces the A320neo airplane, which is like a short haul. It's a smaller body airplane, but it's fuel efficient and it's
And that was the big thing.
Yes.
Because
airlines
what costs
loved it.
airlines a ton of money is their fueling fees.
Fuel, yes. And so Boeing had nothing to compete with. They're like, okay, shit, we don't have 10 years that it would take to develop, design, test, all this shit.
Can I add one thing that
Of course.
Are you going to get to the merger?
Oh, yes. Oh,
so
yes. Please.
Boeing, I think in 97, merges with
McDonnell
Douglas. And it starts to turn the culture of the company more towards from the engineering-based type of company to a Wall Street shareholder value-focused company.
Which
is
huge.
They moved their headquarters from Seattle to Chicago.
Mm-hmm. To separate the money people from the engineers.
Right.
Literally.
They didn't want the engineers
causing problems.
Right.
Which is that's sort of the seed for what would inevitably grow into the bush, so to speak.
Right. So the focus moves away from making the best airplanes in the world to making the most money.
Yes. They're cutting corners. They're laying people off.
Mm-hmm.
They're going from multiple quality assurance people to like one. They're discouraging people from bringing up problems in like shit's getting left behind. There was one, I remember in the documentary, there was one test flight that went up, and in the rear stabilizer, an entire like 9-foot ladder had been left in there.
And if it fell over and hit the
jack screw,
it would have fucked the plane.
Yeah, crashed the plane.
Remember there's a hidden security footage, or not security. Someone brings in a camera and I think is wearing it, and they don't know they have it. And the guy's talking to
supervisor,
and he's saying that they stopped doing quality checks on stuff because they just didn't have the manpower and the time.
Right.
And the guy's face, like he knew what that meant.
Yeah.
To do that to a plane.
Yeah.
And he's just like, they didn't fucking check it.
Yeah, like holy
and he's going,
shit.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's endemic of a bigger problem, this cutting corners that we'll get to. But so back to the A320neo, Airbus's airplane, Boeing had the, rather ingenious idea. Okay, we can't design, build, and implement an entirely new aircraft because it wouldn't be prudent for our business, because in that time we're going to lose even more market share to Airbus.
Well,
we have these shareholders to answer to.
And there's the element of when you do that, it includes a lot of costly pilot training.
Yes.
And if you say it's just the same plane, it won't require any more pilot training, they don't have to invest in all that and spend all that.
Airlines don't.
Yeah, the airlines don't.
Yeah. So what they did was they took the existing workhorse of the Boeing fleet, which was the 737. For those of you who don't know, if you've ever flown Southwest, it's a 737. It's just like they can fly multiple. They're the workhorse. They've
been around forever.
They've been
like
around
the
forever.
60s.
Yes, it was like their biggest, best-selling airplane. Not biggest, but their best-selling airplane. The biggest was the 747. Which is the Air Force One airplane. So what they did was, hey, we're going to take this existing model. Oh, and also, in addition to what you said, all of that would require FAA approval and all sorts of safety shit. But so, hey, what we're going to do instead, we're going to take this existing model of airplane that's already got all the approvals and all the shit. All the pilots are already familiar with it. We're going to put on a slightly bigger engine that is more fuel efficient, and that's going to be it. We're going to rebrand. Basically, we're going to rebrand this existing thing.
And we'll call it the 737 MAX.
Right. And we're going to sell it to airlines as being fiercely competitive to the A320neo. And best of all, you're not going to have to
support Europeans. Oh, no. Sorry. What were you going to say?
You don't have to retrain your pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Those filthy French, they're not going to get any of your money also. Airbus is a French company. Oh, no.
Would you like to take a flight on my Airbus?
Stay away from my girlfriend.
We have baguettes and... One time I was in French Canada, Quebec, and we were on a ski trip, and a bunch of us were there. So we all had different hotel rooms, and, we knew each other's hotel rooms. Remember you could type in the room number and it would connect you?
Yeah. Still can, but sure.
Actually, I tried recently and I couldn't do it.
Well,
but maybe it was just that hotel. But so we were all hanging out, and then we were gonna go. Out. So everyone kind of went back to their rooms to like shower and get ready. And I went back to my room, and it's just me and my friend staying in the room. And so we're like showering, getting ready, and our phone rings in the hotel room. And I was like, who could possibly be calling our hotel room? And so I pick it up. And it's some French guy. He goes, bonjour, mes amis. And I said, English. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. And he goes, my apologies. And I said, what's going on? And he was like, we have received a couple complaints. And I was like, complaints about what? And he was like, they are noise complaints. And I was like, noise complaints? It's just me and my friend showering. Like, we're not even playing music. And he was like, I did not receive the complaints. So let me check the book. And I was like, what in the fuck is going on? And so he takes a second, and then he goes, yes, I have the complaints right here. It says your next door neighbor here, yes, fuck me like a dog, and then headboard slam into wall. And I said, are you out of your mind? And then I just hear the entire room erupt in laughter, and my friend just goes, Emil, it's Joe, you idiot.
That's a good prank. Yes.
Yes, fuck me like a dog.
Anyway, that's a good little story. So, Boeing basically was bullshitting the whole time because the bigger engine meant that structurally the plane did have to change a little bit. They had to mount the engine a little further forward on the plane, which changes the functionality of it. And one of the things that they implemented was a software program called MCAS, which stands for, I believe, Movement Characteristics Augmenting System. And what that did was the plane was at risk of stalling
if it went
if the angle of attack was too high. So this MCAS system would kick in
and try to correct
it by lowering the nose. But what Boeing didn't do was tell anybody that was a new thing.
That they even had the system on the plane.
Yes, because in doing so, it would require
more
pilot training, which would cost airlines money, which would put them at risk for losing some of the orders that they got in for the plane, because the plane sold record amounts of units of planes. I think 4,000 or something. But so then inevitably, so they fucking knew. The thing is, they knew.
Oh, there's fucking emails, meeting notes.
Yes.
Them just fully admitting that they're just going to hide it. And they're not going to tell anyone that they're doing it.
They're even going to rebrand it within the book, the manual, calling it something else entirely.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly
right. It would
vile.
only be called MCAS in internal reports.
Yes.
And then outside,
it would be called like trim stabilizer. Trim is the tail stabilizer,
right.
Basically.
So to jump ahead, what happens is a
Lion Air
out of Jakarta crashes
into the ocean.
They start blaming pilot error.
Yeah. Boeing does.
Yeah, Boeing. And then they recover
the
black boxes. There's two. And they're actually orange.
Why don't they make the whole thing at the black box?
Why don't they yeah.
Because it's not light enough and it's not fucking... Shut up.
That's a good joke, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Stephen Wright.
So they recover all the flight data and it reveals what?
That the MCAS system started pushing the nose down and the pilots had no idea why.
Yeah.
And it eventually crashes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when the MCAS thing first comes out. And pilots from the FAA, commercial pilots, everyone's going, what the fuck is MCAS? No one has any idea what the fuck it is. And so Boeing says that, well, even if it was MCAS, the pilots should have known what to do, but these pilots had no training on MCAS. Mm-hmm. And they convince everyone that the 737 MAXs are safe. They don't get grounded. And then I think it's like 19 weeks later, a second plane goes down. This one's Ethiopian Air.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing. And this time, the pilots knew about the MCAS thing, and I think they did everything right. They turned off the MCAS system, and they still couldn't recover the airplane.
Yeah, because by that time, the nose down had them going way too fast for them to be able to recover. They didn't have enough altitude to recover.
Right.
And just, I mean, basically, Boeing, and it's fucking gross and sickening, because I remember the stock, it broke to new all-time highs because it's like the 737 MAX was this great plane that was going to just going to bring in all sorts of profits and all this shit. And then only to find out that it was the product of corporate greed and chasing. It's sorry, I'm having a hard time articulating this. It's basically, it's one of the nastiest sides of this whole thing is the pursuit of ever higher returns to appease the markets.
And then watching them trot out the CEO
Yeah.
is just the most frustrating thing of like, they've got these, honestly, it reminded me of why it was so frustrating to talk to Vlad, of like, they've, market tested their responses.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is the perfect way to make sure the value of the stock will be stabilized and we'll say all the right things. And it's really disgusting to watch.
Yeah, it really is.
And I'll tell you what, I was watching, you're watching the documentary and you're going, well, what the fuck is going to happen in the end here? Like they've proven that, this is criminal. And what do you think happens at the end? They all go to jail, right?
They all go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The CEO steps down.
Mm-hmm. And what does he get?
Gets a nice little $62 million payout.
Ooh, good for him.
Well, you got to be compensated for weathering the storm.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Of
$62 million.
Yes. That's commensurate with his his duties.
And then Boeing avoids criminal prosecution by paying $2.5 billion. That's just the cost of doing business, baby.
Hey, baby. Sorry your family died. Sorry your fucking daughter died. Sorry everybody died. We fucked up, but nobody's going to go to jail. Hey, nobody's going to have to face any consequences, but the company that can afford dishing out $2.5 billion from their coffers, it's just a drop in the bucket for little old Boeing.
Yeah, so the end was pretty unsatisfying.
Very
I don't know what else I expected. I mean, that's the thing. I felt naive watching it, going like, holy shit, everyone's fucked. And then you're like, wait, I know how this ends.
Yeah, and just when I felt the safest I've ever felt flying commercial, it inserts a healthy amount of fear and skepticism for me. That like, oh, you shouldn't just trust companies to do the right thing. There's always
Well, and I think that's what's frustrating too, the idea of this like naivete, and I think there's a reporter, David Sirota, and he reports on a lot of corruption.
Mm-hmm.
And he was getting very frustrated because he would release these big reports, and instead of getting the traction that he thought it would, of people going like, oh my God, we need to do something about it, people's responses were almost like, duh, like, what do you fucking think? Like, everyone's corrupt. And I think that's what sucks, is the acceptance of this, you just go, yeah, that's just how it fucking works, man.
Yeah.
And it's fucking brutal.
It's kind of like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Where
I've never seen it, but I imagine he
basically, he he learns at the end, this is just the way the system is, and it sucks and it's broken and there's nothing you can do.
Right. I think sometimes I feel stupid. We do this show and we go like, can you fucking believe they're doing it? And everyone's going, yeah.
I mean, I think the only effective thing is it's a word that rhymes with busbaspinmation. That doesn't rhyme.
Does it have 2 sweet, juicy asses in it?
It does have 2 sweet, juicy asses in it. Anyway.
Look, I'll tell you what.
What?
You know I'm a fan of ass.
Yeah.
Ass. In nation.
In this nation, I'm a fan of ass.
Ass.
2 times.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Babbel US. Whether it's saving more and spending less, getting organized, or losing weight, there are a lot of worthwhile goals to set for yourself this year. At the top of my list is learning a new language with Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Not only is learning a new language a fun and engaging new hobby, you can use it while you check off traveling more from your list. The whole Babbel process is addictively fun, fast, and easy. Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons for real-world use.
Yeah, man. In the old days, you had to go to a high school to learn how to speak a new language. You had to read out of a dang book. You had to listen to some teacher just talk nonstop in a language that you don't understand.
Right.
But now you can learn on the go.
Right.
With an app.
I'm still
called Babbel.
Learning Italian. Buongiorno.
Wow. Mi chiamo Ben. Mi chiami Ben. That's Italian for my name is Ben. That's right. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans. No, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 real-life language experts. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German.
Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee.
Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of just 3. Go to Babbel.com and use promo code TRILL. That's BABBEL.com, code TRILL. Babbel, language for life. Speaking of ass, you know what should be privatized, according to some?
The moon!
The moon, baby.
Yeah.
Let's put a Mickey D's up there.
This one's a fun one, huh?
Yeah.
So this is the Adam Smith Institute. They are, as psycho as this sounds, they are a respected think tank in the UK. They were very big in Margaret Thatcher's administration and pushing for the privatization of a lot of public utilities, and they now are under the impression that in order to solve world poverty,
oh right, that's what it is.
We need to parcel up the moon, give it to certain nations, and have them rent it out to businesses.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Who's gonna work on the moon? Because you're gonna need workers. You're gonna have to live up there.
I'll do it.
You'll do it?
No, I'm gonna be on my fucking sailboat. And I'm gonna put on the back, don't hassle me. I'm watching Columbo.
The moon's for suckers. Fuck the moon.
I'm gonna download every Columbo episode, so I don't have to rely on Wi-Fi.
I want to go to the moon and be the first guy to litter.
Yeah, there you
I want
go.
to litter on the moon. That should suck. I mean, littering into space. Who truly gives a fuck?
Maybe space people.
Space people? But seriously, why don't we just? Hey, Elon Musk. You want to solve some world problems? Why don't you put all the garbage on a rocket and blast it into outer
Wait,
space?
speaking of Elon Musk, you know what is funny?
What?
Did you see that? Like, this goes along with that. The moon, privatizing the moon. Did you see? It was probably in like September or something, but SpaceX is working on space billboards for advertisements.
Awesome.
And it's
Awesome.
just-
You got to monetize space.
That's what's so funny. It's like, God damn, you're talking about saving humanity. And you're like, we need to get everyone off Earth. But they're like, guys, look, advertising is a big priority for us. If we're going to get out of here, we need billboards.
We need to advertise for dick pills because
It's-
having a boner in
I don't
zero gravity is
understand
hard.
How it's even a thought.
Yeah. Well, buddy, that's capitalism at work. That's your
I
capitalism
think
at work,
that's
son.
what a big part of this, privatizing the moon, I think, right now there is a UN treaty that says, it's like the Outer Space Treaty from 1967 that says,
Nobody owns outer space.
yeah, no one can own private property.
Yeah.
And I think as we're getting closer and we're talking about space billboards and stuff,
They're going.
these think tanks are like, is this such a good idea? I feel like maybe we should start carving up space
Yeah.
and letting people own it.
I got a moon story for you.
So it can be about your ass.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It
gosh.
is going to be about my ass. So let me paint a picture for you.
Why are you doing that?
I'm stroking the mic.
I don't like it.
Oh, I'm just stroking. Is it because I'm using 2 fingers?
It's just gross.
Okay, here. So paint a picture for you. I'm 19 years old. I got long hair. I'm about 40 pounds lighter than this. I'm wearing flip-flops. It's the second day of school. City College, Long Beach City College. I'm walking from class to the parking lot with my 2 buddies. And, it's the beginning of a new semester. Everybody's bummed because school's back in session and whatnot. And we walk past the gymnasium, and the door is open to the gym. And I look inside, and I see the entire Long Beach City College women's volleyball team sitting there with their backs to the door, looking at Coach. Coach is talking to them, right?
All right.
I walk past it, and I think to myself, man, we got to bolster some spirits here. I need a little pick-me-up. So I asked my friends, hey, you guys, should I go back there and moon the volleyball team? And they said, yes, you should. It didn't go exactly like that. It was like, hey, should I go moon the volleyball team? And they're like, oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
So I hand them my little spiral notebook, and I said, here, hold on. And I hoist up my pants, and I run up to the door. I say, hey, ladies, and I pull down my pants, and I moon them. And then I chuckle to myself, and I trot back to my buddies as I'm pulling back up my pants. And then I see the look of smiles on their faces change to like, uh-oh. And I turn around, and the women's volleyball team is pouring out of the gym, frantically looking for me. They see me, and they run over to me, and they grab me. A couple of them grab me.
Did a bunch of women beat the shit out of you?
They did not, but they
Oh,
did.
man.
One grabbed me and said, Coach didn't like that. And I said, I'm panicking. I'm like having flashes in my head of having to register as a sex offender. And I I break free, and I just start sprinting in my flip-flops. I dropped one fell off my foot, and I stupidly bent over to I stopped, bent back to pick it up. And then the one remaining flip-flop, I just curled my toes as hard as, are you okay?
You keep doing these 2 fingers, and I'm like, fucking disgusted.
Okay, I won't
You're
do
like-
it with my fingers. God, okay. I curl up my toes, and I galloped like a damn Impala.
Impala.
I was off, and I did not look back. I was a cigarette smoker back then. I was a pothead, and I outran them. They gave up pretty quickly because they were like, what are we going to fucking do, chase this guy? But I run all the way to the parking lot, and just my luck, that one fateful day, I didn't drive to school. My buddy had driven me to school, one of the guys that I was walking with, and he drives a very discernible truck. He's got stickers on it and all the shit.
Saying, don't hassle me. I'm watching Columbo.
He's got stickers that say, don't hassle me, I'm watching Columbo. And I'm waiting in the parking lot for what feels like an eternity for him to catch up. And in runs a lone woman, and I didn't know it at the time, but it happens to be the coach. The coach did not give up and chased me all the way into the parking lot. She didn't see me until she did see me hop into my friend's truck and drive away. A week later, the cops are waiting for my friend at his truck, and they intimidate him. They put him in handcuffs. They put him on the hood of the car to scare him and tell him basically, give us your friend's name or you're getting expelled from school.
Cops are insane.
I know.
Tell us who mooned him. Listen up, fucko.
They pepper sprayed him. But he calls me right after they let him go, and he said, I'm so sorry, man. I had to do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? He told me the whole thing that the cops, did that. And I'm panicking. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, shit. And I tell my dad, I'm like, Dad, I got to tell you something. I mooned the women's volleyball team. I know. It's awesome. But Brian told the cops on me, and he had to. And my dad goes into dad mode. He's like, okay, I know what to do. And he calls his lawyer friend who gives him advice. hangs up with the lawyer, and he says, you need to call the dean of the school right now, immediately, and admit to what you did. And I called. It was too late. The dean had already been told my name by the school police. But I went, basically, I got suspended from City College for mooning. I got a week-long suspension. But the best part is, about a month later, when the monthly LBCC Viking newspaper issue came out, there was an article about me.
No way.
Can you read the headline?
Team chases Lewd Suspect. A 19-year-old man exposed himself to the Vikings women's volleyball team in the small gym after their practice Tuesday, August 21st. Volley player Alyssa Ando, who shared a geography class with the man, said it happened right after practice. We were sitting in our circle talking, and some guy said, "Hey, girl." So we turned around, and he mooned us.
Yeah.
Jesus. I think at one point, they even got a hold of him. I wish they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I probably deserved it.
I think it would have taught you a lesson. I'll tell you what, this guy, he's insane. I wake up this morning, I have a video in a fucking group chat I'm in with Ben, and it says, Ben says, "Did you guys see this?" And so I click the video. It's him completely naked, running around his apartment going, huh.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you what, I could have avoided those if you...
Yeah, but you know what you replied in the group chat? Ha 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 ha.
It did make me laugh.
It did make you laugh. So, we all need a little laugh. Sometimes you got to show your naked body to
But
your
I'm still going to kick the shit out of you after this.
I deserve it. Okay. So anyway, I just thought I would share that fun bit of history about me that I...
Yeah, no, that's definitely related to the moon.
Yeah. Team chases Lewd Suspect. So my friends called me the Lewd Suspect for a long time.
Right.
Anyway, okay. JP Morgan's the first Wall Street bank to announce presence in the metaverse. Who fucking cares? Who?
It looks cool. They've got a portrait of Jamie Dimon and a roaming tiger.
What the fuck does that have to do with banking the roaming tiger? It looks like a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
It almost makes me believe in the possibility of the metaverse, because I can imagine us looking back on this 10 years from now and being like, wow, remember how shitty it looked?
Isn't Jamie Dimon also pretty vocal about not liking crypto and stuff, and
yes,
kind of against Web3?
But he's also kind of resigned himself to the fact that, hey, it is what it is, and I can't stop it.
We like money.
Yeah, and we like money at the end of the day.
They launched a coin.
JP Morgan did?
JPM coin.
JPM? Got the fuck out of here.
I swear. Google it. Google JPM coin.
Well, I believe it. We don't need to Google it.
Fuck you.
But wait,
Google it.
Scroll down. There was a reply to this tweet that I think it was. Yeah, this guy, Simon Willison, says, in response to JP Morgan being the first bank in the metaverse, he says,
Not the first. ABN, AMRO Bank, IGN Group, ING Group, and Wells Fargo all had a presence in Second Life.
15 years ago. To which I say, shut the fuck up, nerd. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, nerd. Nobody asked you, you fucking dork.
And then he links to the businesses and organizations in Second Life Wikipedia. Who would have thought we'd need a Wikipedia for that?
Yeah, well, I don't think that this metaverse shit is going to really catch on. I think it's going to be a big flop. They've tried and tried and tried and tried. It's just, it ain't going to happen, man.
Try telling that to Mark
Zuckercorn?
I almost said Wahlberg. Mark Zuckerberg.
I will try to tell that.
I wish Mark Wahlberg was behind the metaverse.
Good luck getting him to talk.
Hey, welcome to the metaverse.
It's pretty good.
I'm the one fighting.
There's a tiger walking around? I'm the one fighting?
I'm the one fighting. Not you. Not you and not you.
That's from what movie?
The Fighter?
Oh, yeah.
Remember everyone's trying to give him advice?
Yeah.
That was actually a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Mark Wahlberg should take over the metaverse. There's Wahlburgers on every corner.
That dude is psycho. He wakes up at like 2:30 a.m. to exercise, then prays for an hour.
Also,
we want to take a quick break to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Workable. Is your company or business having a tough time hiring the people you need? Maybe you are a small business, you own a coffee shop or something, or you got a record store, or maybe you're as high up as some kind of corporation. We all have read the headlines. You can't keep up with hiring. You can't find the right people to fill these positions. Well, guess what? Workable helps all types of companies with this exact problem.
Get this, there are 46% more jobs being posted than before the pandemic, and there are 44% fewer candidates applying to each one.
Golly.
So you need to find the right candidates and hire them fast. Workable can help. Workable accelerates every step of your hiring process from find to hire.
That's right, Workable helps you cast the widest net possible by posting your jobs to all the top job boards, more than 200 total, with just one click. It helps you evaluate and hire quickly with modern tools like video interviews and e-signatures. And Workable will help you automate repetitive tasks like scheduling interviews so you can spend your time on what's important, making hires.
Whether you're hiring for your coffee shop or your engineering team, Workable is exactly what you need to hire the right people, fast. Start hiring today with a risk-free 15-day trial. If you hire during the trial, which many do, it won't cost a thing. Just go to workable.com to start hiring. Workable is hiring made easy.
You want to get into Crypto Corner?
Let's do a little crypto.
We got some time here. Beep, boop, beep. Crypto Corner.
So everyone saw all the Super Bowl ads, right?
Yeah.
Crypto made a huge push.
A huge splash for crypto at the Super Bowl.
I also love all the ads that are like making it seem like there's one specific ad that's going through all the technology, and it has Larry David as a naysayer.
Yeah.
I find it very frustrating because I think there's probably a lot of people who are like, yeah, like if you haven't seen the ad, basically someone goes through like the wheel and Larry David is there as like a fucking caveman or something, and he's like, it'll never take off. And then they do like the toilet, and he's like, what are you guys, stupid? No one's gonna shit in a toilet. And then it's like fucking democracy or something. And what's another one?
The portable music player.
The portable music player.
You're gonna be looking for batteries.
And I find it very fucking annoying because they're all bad analogies. Because when these things came out, regardless of whether or not you thought it was going to take off, the utility was
apparent.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Right? You could be like, no one's going to use a toilet, but I can look at it and go, oh yeah, just sit down, take a shit. I get it.
I could drink out of it.
And we are now, 15 years into crypto, and people are still trying to prove that it's useful.
Yeah.
And
they're doing the whole basis of the commercial is FOMO.
Yeah.
Don't miss out like Larry.
Don't miss out like Larry. He was shitting outside. Do you want to shit outside?
Yeah, you stupid
You
bitch.
fucking moron.
You dumb idiot.
So I think that pisses me off.
Yeah.
It'd be like with anything, you know? Like, there might have been people who, like, when the iPhone came out, maybe there wasn't, but I'm sure there was some people who were like, this is stupid. People are not going to want this.
I was.
Were you really?
iPod, when the iPod came out, I was like, I want to, because I had just bought a Sony mini disc player, and they were so cool, but so impractical.
Right.
So fucking impractical.
But with the iPhone,
yeah, it's obvious.
It was very new, right? But no one looked at it and went, what the hell am I going to do with that?
Yeah. Well, so Coinbase had their QR code ad that that really raised a few eyebrows. I'm trying to talk about it like it's a Yahoo Finance clip. But then there was some drama online because apparently the CFO...
Well, Crypto Bro's going to Crypto Bro.
Yeah.
And they like to think of themselves as innovators.
Mm-hmm. They are.
As edgy.
They are.
Anti-establishment.
They are. Envelope pushers.
Yeah. New frontiersmen.
Yeah, they certainly are.
And so they,
Trailblazers.
So he's talking about Coinbase's brilliant ad, where if you haven't seen it, there's a Coinbase QR code bouncing around the screen, like one of those old DVD screensavers.
And that's all it is.
That's all it is. And you can put your phone on and you can go to Coinbase.
Yeah. But they took credit for it.
Yeah, and they said, some folks asked for details of how our Super Bowl ad came to be. Here's the quick backstory.
We don't need to read all this.
Well, just the first part.
Yeah.
We bought it not knowing what we would do. Initially, an outside agency pitched us a bunch of standard Super Bowl ad ideas. I didn't like any of them. Standard Super Bowl ads tend to be gimmicky, celebrity cameo driven, going for a laugh, etc. It was actually inspired Oh wait. Oh, so yeah, he's basically talking about how, they came up with it and they didn't want to go the traditional ad agency route, and then
Much like crypto itself, they are not traditionalists, and they are pioneers and trailblazers. They don't need any of the old guard to make an effective Super Bowl ad. But lo and behold, the ad agency that apparently pitched the QR code ad responded to him on Twitter and said, actually, our agency pitched you that idea, shitbird.
and then you guys just did it.
Yeah, and then you just fucking took it.
And then it got very weird from there. They stepped in and said, no, it was actually another agency that pitched us.
Yeah, we actually fucked a different agency.
And they went on to thank Accenture or somebody.
Yeah.
Fucking cares.
Yeah, who fucking cares at the end of the day? Coinbase, coin butt, if you ask me. You're done. You're done, son. And then you had OpenSea.
So OpenSea's got a lot going on.
They got some
There are
hefty problems.
They have admitted to a lot of the people using their minting tool.
Mm-hmm.
They admitted that 80% of the people using those were fakes, frauds, spam.
People
stuff.
taking art from things like DeviantArt, for example, and then
Right.
just putting it on Coinbase and selling it willy-nilly.
Right. They
Which
also
is a great idea.
They had a huge leak.
Mhm.
Millions of dollars worth of NFTs nabbed.
Yeah, in particular, let's see, what was stolen? Oh, you had a couple Gleep Gloppers stolen. Some
Oh,
pork.
dude, wait. I do want to pull up the Twitter because
Damn it! I was trying to make a joke.
you don't even have to do the joke.
I
The
don't
joke
care.
is like
The
can
joke
we-
is the
can we
tweet
pull
itself.
up the tweet about the
It says what was taken.
What was taken? I read it like 100 times because I was like, this feels like they're doing a bit.
Yeah.
No, just the.
Oh no, we can see it
Oh, yeah.
right there. Yeah.
For a grand total of $750 in gas,
Thanks,
the attacker
Biden.
paid no ETH to purchase and scooped 4 Azukis, 2 Cool Mans, 2 Doodles, 2 Kaiju Kings, 1 MAYC, 1 Cool Cat, and 1 BAYC.
That's the MAYC is the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, when the BAYC is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. But what happens with that is if you have a bored ape and then you buy an NFT of some radioactive sludge, the ape drinks the sludge.
Is that what happens?
And becomes a mutant.
No fucking way.
Yeah. And then, but if you own the unique code, then you own the ape.
I keep just thinking about,
How fucking stupid it is.
well, just some guy.
And how dumb we are for missing out on it.
Just some guy having to explain to his wife, like,
Our picture of
Just-
the ape got taken.
just sit down.
Yeah.
The Azukis they're gone. And she's like, is it anything else? And he's like, yeah, the
Cool man.
Cool Mans. they got the fucking Cool Mans.
Please don't tell me that the doodles got taken too.
Now the Doodles are gone too.
Well, what about the Kaiju Kings?
And look, you're not gonna love this. The Cool Cat, gone.
Fuck! What are we gonna do? How are we gonna afford Billy's private school tuition? At least we've got the Mutant Ape Yacht Club still, right?
Okay, sit down.
No, no, honey, I don't want to go back to work.
I feel bad. I don't. It's also I don't know what they're gonna do. The OpenSea's in a tough spot. Every time they're the number one exchange for this kind of stuff, and every time it's hard for them to attract new customers because new customers understand that this kind of thing can happen and keeps happening, and so people don't want to get in, and so when they try to regulate and put in new
Fixes?
yeah, they end up pissing off their current base. So they put in a new regulation that said you can only mint a certain amount of NFTs or whatever. It used to be unlimited, and everyone freaked the fuck out. And they used to actually have an approval process before they blew up. I think they actually blew up after the Beeple sold at Christie's for like $69 million or whatever. OpenSea removed that approval process.
Gee, I wonder if that was driven by like greed and wanting.
No, come on, Ben.
No, well, I mean, it's possible.
Come
I'm not
on.
saying that they did, but it's
Ben,
certainly possible.
That's not fair.
Because, I mean, this whole thing is just about the art, At the end of the day, it's just about good art.
But so they're in a really tough spot. If they try to address the problems, their current base freaks out. But with all these problems, they can't really expand their base. And
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. And now they're being, I mean, it's very new. The complaint was just filed, but they're being sued by some guy like Timothy McKimmey for a very rare ape that he had. It was listed on, someone was able to access his NFT and then list it for 0.01 ETH and acquire it. And it's worth, millions. It's in the top 14% of rarity.
Okay.
So, but I really want to see this case play out. I don't think it will. I was reading, I think they have like a forced arbitration clause and
I love me an FAC.
But I would love to see them
Naked.
I would love to see this man naked.
Yeah.
The owner of this very rich. No, I would love to see them having to, call witnesses and get testimony about the value of this fucking thing. I think it'd be very fun to see them explaining to a judge.
Their dumb little cartoon monkey.
Yeah. And I think it was filed in Texas. I think it would be very fun to see a Texas judge.
Well, howdy, y'all.
Listen to someone tell him how valuable his. I mean, if there's a jury, you're gonna have to explain to a jury what the fucking NFT is.
Yeah.
Why it's so valuable. Why this picture of an ape is valuable.
Sure. Well, it's because it's a unique fucking code that gives you access to the image.
Yeah.
It's inherently, it's easy to explain, and that's why it's so. Speaking of NFTs, who's just going all out into it is Reese Witherspoon.
Oh yeah,
We got this.
Reese is back at it.
I just want everyone to appreciate this headline: Reese Witherspoon's "Hello Sunshine" World of Women partner to adapt NFTs into movies, TV shows. To that, I just have to say, what?
How?
What? The fuck? What does any of that mean? Imagine trying to explain that to a pilgrim. You transport yourself back and you go, hey, Reese Witherspoon's.
I think that's the least of your concerns. They're saying, why are you dressed like that?
Yeah.
They're saying...
You're probably tied to a stake and starting to get cooked at that point when you're saying, yeah, but Reese Witherspoon's Hello Sunshine partnering with World of Women.
It's actually a really big deal. It's a super valuable company. I think she just sold it for like $1 billion.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see the green one. I can't wait to see a show about the green one. Man, so what the fuck are they going to do with this?
Look, there's a lot here, Ben. You can see this one has 3D glasses on, so she's clearly got some kind of cool powers. And it's going to be fucking big, dude. It's also all about gender parity in the NFT space. It's not just, TV shows and movies and unscripted. What the fuck is an unscripted show about NFTs?
Yeah, exactly. What, do they all live in a house and it's real world NFT style?
NFT house.
NFT house.
When things start getting real.
It's all, this is all just, I just want to.
But they're also going to be having live events to get more women into the NFT space.
I understand and appreciate wanting to make the space more inclusive, and I think that is essential, but this just feels asinine.
What I'd like to say to that is, can you show the other link? What Reese doesn't understand is that, women are already getting in the space.
What do you mean, Emil? Who else? What other famous woman has gotten into the space?
Lana Rhoades.
Who is Lana Rhoades?
A well-known porn star.
Oh.
Has launched her own NFT project last month. So maybe move out of the way, Reese Witherspoon. And it's gone great. We're so happy to have women in the space and cleaning up the NFT ecosystem, because the idea raised $1.5 million, promising a profitable investment, and it was all going swimmingly until Lana Rhoades quit the NFT project and vanished with the money in yet another NFT fraud.
Basically, from my understanding is that Lana had sold these NFTs at different tiers with promises of, you can meet and greets and all that shit, and to no one's surprise, probably a bunch of weirdos bought them, and there was a Discord and stuff. And I don't blame her at all. She got creeped out and pieced out with the money. Good for her. I say good for her.
Good for her?
Yes. Good for her. A fool and his money are soon separated.
I mean, it is tough. I was reading some of the complaints, and one guy was like, I had $6,000 to my name, and I spent $4,000 on these. Now what am I supposed to do? I have children, and it's like,
Dude.
What you were supposed to do is not spend it on the fucking porn star NFT, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I want to know, was he doing it because he thought it was a good investment or because he wanted access to like meet and greets and shit?
Maybe a little bit of both, huh?
Babu.
Por qué no los dos?
My effing God.
I hope Reese Witherspoon rips everyone off. I think that'd be kind of
Me
fun.
too. That'd be killer.
She's like selling access to her book clubs with NFTs.
Yeah.
And then she just moves to fucking name a country because I can't do it.
Barbados.
She moves to Barbados.
Yeah. Barbados is tight. I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah. I swam in front of Rihanna's house. She wasn't like...
Was she
it's
there?
a public beach. So you can just swim there. I peed in the ocean.
In front of Rihanna's house.
You're damn right I did. Most delicious food some of the most delicious food I've ever had in Barbados.
What's it like?
Dirt cheap. Just like fresh fish, rice, macaroni and cheese. Yeah, it's amazing. Super nice people. Yeah.
When'd you go?
I went a few years ago.
Just for fun?
My Australian roommate needed to renew his visa in one of the fastest places you could get it done. You could go to Canada and it would take like 2 weeks, or you could go to Barbados and get it done in a day. So he was like, "Hey, mate, you want to go to Barbados with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
That's sick.
Yeah, it was cool.
I wish I had a reason to go.
And we rented a car and he drove it because they drive on the
Flex.
right side there, or on the left side, whatever. And he drove on the other side. I didn't have to do shit.
Was it weird?
It was a little surreal. Yeah, it was strange. We drank coconut water straight out of the coconut.
That's the best.
There were little monkeys walking around on the place where we were, and they were eating fruit off the ground.
Barbados had monkeys.
Yeah, I don't remember what kind, but it was all around cool. Anyway, please follow, like, subscribe.
How the fuck did we get on Barbados?
We said that's where Reese Witherspoon should go. Should fuck off to. Like, subscribe, follow us on all the socials. Kill your parents, quit your job, shit your pants.
5-star ratings on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Only nice comments.
Nice comments, liking, sharing. Remember, 5 people, they share it with 5 people.
Yeah, that's true. It's an MLM thing. We should do one, though, like April Fools. We should have everybody leave mean comments.
No, I don't want that.
Yeah, because then it might trick them into actually disliking us, which wouldn't be real.
Yeah, and I already don't like the few negative comments we get. That's why I have you screenshot the important ones and send them to me.
I got you, buddy.
Also, leave more if you want Columbo merch. Comment and Ben will let me know this time, and I'll
we'll make it happen.
Tell me if you like. I'd rather be watching Columbo, or don't hassle me. I'm watching Columbo more.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, we love you guys. We appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And until next time, bye.
Bye.